Wilhelm II now reigned over a significant part of Europe, and that made the traditional powers of Britain, France, and Russia nervous. Beneath a peaceful surface, tensions simmered. In 1892, the Franco-Russian alliance saw France ally itself with Russia in an attempt to regain preeminence. Britain subsequently joined the so-called Entente powers in 1904. Conflicts also threatened to erupt in the Balkans. Slavic nationalists who had previously lived under the once mighty Ottoman Empire dreamed of their own nation. But Austria-Hungary had incorporated large areas, including Bosnia, and the nationalists were strongly hostile to the new supremacy in Vienna, while the growing Serbian kingdom was seen as a threat to peace in Austria-Hungary. The simmering conflict exploded on the 28th of June, 1914, when Serb nationalist Gavrilo Princip shot and killed Franz Ferdinand, Austrian Archduke and heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and his wife Sophie, during a visit to the Bosnian capital Sarajevo. Austria-Hungary responded to the assassination on the 23rd of July by handing Serbia an ultimatum with 10 demands. But the Serbs would not comply with 2 of the points that gave Austria-Hungary's government the right to interfere in the investigation into the murder as well as in internal affairs. So Austria-Hungary declared war exactly 1 month after the shooting in Sarajevo. With the declaration of war, conflict spread like wildfire throughout Europe, as Serbia allied with Russia and France. At the same time, before the declaration of war against Serbia, Austria-Hungary had secured the support of the German Empire if Russia intervened in the conflict. In Germany, Kaiser Wilhelm II dreamed of expanding the empire's borders, and as an ambitious expansion of the railway network in Russia was still a few years from completion, the Kaiser had an advantage in exploiting the possibility of fomenting war immediately. With the rail network completed, Russia would be much stronger. Therefore, Wilhelm II swore German support for Austria-Hungary. The Russians responded to the declaration of war against Serbia by mobilizing its army to deter Austria-Hungary, and the German Kaiser declared war against Russia and France. The German soldiers' invasion of Belgium on the 4th of August gave the British a good reason to join the conflict on the side of France and Russia. The German Empire had broken the Treaty of London of 1839, which protected a neutral Belgium against invasion. So Britain now declared war. War euphoria broke out. After the declaration of war, Theodor Wolff, editor of the newspaper Berliner Tageblatt, described the empire's mood. The hurrah-yelling crowd heated itself up to a stormy enthusiasm, as if the crowd wanted to show the Kaiser through their proximity how close they felt to him. Students in towns cheered and sang patriotic songs about the superior German people. Military parades celebrated male virtue, and euphoric youngsters were convinced that Germany would win a heroic victory. When the summer holiday was over, very few young men went back to school at Berlin's universities. They had instead signed up as soldiers. 35,000 students took on the grey uniform. None of the warrior youths could foresee the massacre that would ravage Europe over the next 4 years. Peasants' horses took part. There was less enthusiasm for the war among German workers and the rural population. The workers feared their jobs would not exist after the war. In the countryside, the peasants had not yet taken in the harvest, and work stopped when army representatives arrived at the farms and took the work horses away. To prepare for war, the German army both bred horses on state-funded farms and paid farmers to always have healthy animals ready for the cavalry and to transport army supplies to the front. In the war's first week, they mobilized more than 700,000 horses in the German Empire. The French, Russian, Ottoman, Serbian, and British armies also made horses ready for battle. From the outset of war,